Hello, hello. Welcome to Beyond the Shadowz. We are September 12th, 2023, and episode 27. I'm Dan.
I'm Madison.
I'm Zach.
He's like Weekend at Bernie's over there, dead.
Yeah.
We just propped him up in the corner. We just propped him up. He is not going to be answering questions tonight.
Yeah.
Please, no flash photography.
I'm going to take a nap halfway through.
Did you not enjoy your nap before the
Yeah,
show?
I literally just woke up. I was so tired.
I came home and I was like, knocked on the door. I was like, nothing. I was like, are you napping?
I was dead.
And it was like, I guess he is. I was like, I hope he's got an alarm set.
Nope.
I know.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh.
I heard Zach because I was home. I heard Zach open up the front door, close it, walk in his room, and shut the door. And I was like, he's gone.
Yeah, wasted no time.
No.
I got zero sleep last night.
Yeah. I was like, I came home. I was like, man, it's quiet in here. Everybody's like, I was like, Madison? She's like, yeah. I was like, I thought she was sleeping too.
Yeah.
Weather?
It's been nice.
Yeah.
It was 78, I think, today.
Yeah.
But it was rainy most of the day, so.
I had to put the top back on in order to drive the Jeep around because I knew it was going to be raining. So
Yeah.
I almost got that down to a science now. I could do it all by myself.
Taking her place back with first comment of the week.
Hello, Kathy.
Hello.
Yeah, it's Susan in here already.
Hello, Susan.
We got
Kenny.
Kenny. Hey, we got Win back.
When I was definitely just going to text you if I didn't see you tonight to ask you how you've been because we haven't seen you in such a long time.
Philly.
Wow, he's in here real early.
So he's getting here earlier and earlier. We got Jesse.
Yes.
Hi, Jesse.
Hello.
And we got Lauren.
Hello, Lauren.
Hey, we got Chris in here, Mr.
Yeah.
ATT man himself.
Thank
Just
you.
to try to figure out my internet problem. That's pretty bad when you got an internet problem and your AT&T guys on your podcast trying to figure that out.
Oh, he's my brother. He's not just our AT&T guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna help. I mean, just we moved the extender to see hopefully tonight that this would work a problem. But yeah, if he says I have a bad router, then I need to get a new one. Yeah, and stuff. So we're gonna have to make a phone call to AT&T and try to get a new one. But yeah, I mean, welcome everybody. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, let's explain who we have.
We'll have Ashley on tonight because this weekend is
Ashmore.
September 16th.
It's SilCon. SilCon Friday and Saturday, and Ashmore Saturday night.
I'm so excited for Ashmore. It's my first time going.
It's your first time being there.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I haven't been.
Yep. With that, I guess we'll bring on Ashley.
Yeah.
Yep. Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
Can you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay.
There we go.
I know we had usually beforehand we usually talk so that way we have a hearing. We had technical
Right.
issues.
There's always
I was
something
kind
in
of
our
hoping
end.
you forgot about me, but it didn't work.
Oh, no. Why would we do that? So
I haven't seen you
I
in
used-
forever.
I know. I was just gonna say I used to work with Ashley with GHU and everything, and then we seen each other a couple times, and then she went and actually took over at Ashmore Estates as the caretaker. You can introduce yourself. I don't want to take all your thunder there.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. Yeah, like you said, we did meet doing GHU, and then I think Robin kind of had a lap in judgment somewhere and decided to let me take over being the caretaker here at Ashmore Estates, and that's what I've been doing for, oh Lord, I guess the last year and a half now, maybe 2 years or so. It's been a wild, crazy ride. I actually live out here now on the property. So people that have been here before, if they know where the trailer used to sit, that's where my house sits now. So I'm actually here 24/7, basically.
So you got a house.
Yes.
Well, I mean, last time we were there, it was Susan was there. Susie was there. Susie.
Yeah.
Susan.
Yeah. So the trailer.
She was in a trailer.
Yep. We actually, once she moved out, we got rid of it. And then we built the house on the same slab that the trailer actually sat on. So it is the same slab that's been here for years and years. So yeah, my house is not off limits to the spirits that are in the building or on the land. We've already had stuff over here. We had stuff over here even when we were building it. So yeah, it's been very interesting.
I bet.
I can imagine that. So now, just out of curiosity, is there any bad blood with Susan? I don't know what the difference is of what Susie when she left or what.
That is between her and Robin.
Okay. So that was just to be some.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. That is between them. I didn't get into that. I don't do the paradrama.
No, I was just wondering because someone had told me we got along really good. I mean, she actually stayed till 6 o'clock, like the whole thing, and everybody's like, "Well, she never usually stays. She must have liked you guys or whatever." And I was like, "We got to, and all of a sudden they're like, Ashley took over." I was like, "Cool."
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, she's a good, she was a good friend of mine. I liked her as a person. I mean, I didn't have any problems with her at all. So you would have to ask him about that.
No, I was just asking if there was any that, I'm not too worried about it. It's just asking in general and stuff. So, so you live on property with Ashmore. You got a house built there. That's cool. And so tell us about the building.
So basically, Ashmore Estates started out as a Coles County poor farm. Basically, a poor farm was, if society didn't want you, that was the place you were sent to. You were actually called an inmate when you were out there. So anybody, from orphans to widows, criminals, basically just anybody that couldn't take care of themselves or, didn't have a place to be, they were sent out here. It was a working farm. So everybody, did have a job. They basically lived, they had school, church, butcher shop. They grew their own crops. Pretty much took care of themselves, from what we understood. The older part of the building was built in 1916. That was the poor farm building. And then, it's a psychiatric hospital and a nursing home. Closed down for good in 1986. Sat empty for about 20 years. Then it turned into the typical jump scare haunted house for a while. And then, Robin bought it in May of 2014. And that's when I first came out here and met Robin. And he's kind of turned it into what everybody sees now. So he's done a lot of work to the building. I tend to think that if it wasn't for him, I don't know that the building would be the way it is or possibly still standing.
Yeah. And it was used as a, was it for a short time? It was like an actual attraction haunted house too.
Yes. Correct. Yeah. The couple that owned it before him actually ran a haunted house out of it.
I remember hearing some of the stories of like guest experience or customers, whatever you want to call them, experiencing stuff that they thought it was, like how did you get that type of
actor? Come through the wall. Apparently one was coming through the wall
or something along that lines.
And they're like, "How do you get that ghost to come through the wall like that?" And they're like, "That's not an attraction." And they're like, "I don't know what you're talking about. We don't have nothing that's going through the wall." So apparently they were seeing.
Yeah, I've heard certain things like that too that people have talked about where they came through when it was a haunted house and had experiences and they thought it was part of the haunted house and it really wasn't. So
it's just an added thing to everything, It's like, oh yeah, that's
an added bonus.
Yeah.
Like, that little girl that was running down the hall is really creepy.
Yeah. She's a really good actor.
Yeah, that little girl running up down the hallway is really cool. So do you want to tell us some of your experiences that you've had there and the residential spirits that are there?
We pretty much have everything. And I always tell people it's not just the building. Like I said, we have stuff that happens outside. People have had stuff happen in each one of the bunkhouses that we have on the property that people can stay in when they rent the building. Like I said, stuff in the house over here. Everybody always asks me, what the hot spot is. And I always steal Robin's line and I say, when you pull in the driveway, you found it. Because I don't think there's a part of the building that we haven't had something happening. Even just sitting in the team room, I always tell people, leave a recorder running or leave a REM pod out or a K2, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to get something, even just, taking a break or, just sitting there. We have full apparitions. Shadows are a big thing. Everybody always talks about the 8-foot tall shadow man. That I guess Project Fear now is what they're called, that they caught on the episode. That's not my friend. Me and him are not friends. He actually ran me out of one area of the building on a Sunday morning. It was like 10:30 in the morning. I was in the building by myself. So there's that. I've seen him several times. But we have noises, knocks, the whistling that Tanner got on their episode. I've actually heard that. Robin has heard it. We've had balls be moved, the tricycles moved that we have in the building. We do have one piece of furniture in the building that is original to the building. It's a hospital bed. It's up on the 3rd floor. It's a wooden frame. So that was there during the hospital. A lot of people seem to get activity off that when they do the Estes method. They feel like it vibrates or have somebody sit on it with them to where they actually feel the springs move or they hear them. 3rd floor is typically the floor that a lot of people don't like. Seems to feel really heavy to them. Or the boiler room, everybody always talks about, which is on the 1st floor. And that's the area where Joe is said to be, and where everybody talks about the women that get picked on. A lot of ladies down there seem to get scratched or have their hair pulled, kind of messed with. And a lot of people seem to think it's Joe, who was here during the poor farm. He was a mentally challenged individual who was visiting his sister who lived close by and unfortunately got hit by a train on his way back from one of those visits and ended up passing away at the building. I personally don't think it's Joe. That's just my opinion. I think it's one of the other spirits doing it. And he's kind of using Joe as a scapegoat. But again, I don't know that 100%. Yeah.
He's a creeper. He's a creeper blaming it on somebody else.
Kinda. So yeah, we pretty much have everything. So it kind of just depends on. Yes.
I gotta ask right now, where's the mannequin at in the building right now?
The mannequin is gone.
It's gone.
The mannequin is gone. So Abby, who is another lady here that helps out at the building doing tours and stuff, she actually took the mannequin. Yes,
well,
the mannequin is gone.
There. She put her in her house.
I think it's either in her house or her garage. Yeah, somewhere. She's crazy anyway. Love you, Abby, but yeah. So she took her. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, she's no longer in the building.
Asking. Yeah, because I mean, I know when we were there, when me and Zach were there, they're like, "Oh, the mannequin's on the 2nd floor in the nurse's station." There, we're like, "Okay."
Well, it was, and then it was in the team room, and then one night, a team, and I don't even remember what team it was, but they decided to put it in the bathroom. Thought it would be funny. Yeah.
We just have a bad. We just have a bad habit of putting our T-shirts on mannequins in haunted locations.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to do that.
It's funny, and I ask them, I'm like, "Oh, because we do videos or TikToks, and we're like, oh, you can cut it off them or whatever," and they're like, "Oh no, we love it. We're just going to leave it on." I'm like, "Yeah, every paranormal other company's really going to love that one."
Now we do have a mannequin head that is in our big dining room. That's in the window that she's been there ever since I've been coming. And we've named her Matilda, but the big mannequin is gone.
Yeah. They told us it was on the 2nd floor. And by 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, I have totally forgot that there was a mannequin on the 2nd floor. And we come walking through there with our flashlights and scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh, damn, they told us too.
It was like propped up in the corner.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm like.
Yeah, you weren't the only one that did it too.
Oh,
And I was always like, they're all over the place. I mean, I'm like, why does every haunted location have a mannequin? It's like, and then you go to some, they have many.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're
It's
all
either
over the
that or
place.
dolls.
I could handle the dolls.
Ugh.
That's fine. It's those little mannequins though, because you forget about them and then you're walking through and
Well, yeah, and they're as tall as a normal human.
yeah, and you think
Mhm.
someone's there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everybody's probably gonna want to know, what is your most scary or creepiest moment at Ashmore that you've experienced?
It's the damn 8-foot tall shadow man.
That's what it sounded like.
Like I said, and literally, and everybody's always, oh, you have to investigate at night. You have to investigate at night. This is proof. No, you don't. It was a Sunday morning. It was about 10:30 in the morning. I was in the building by myself, just in there cleaning like I normally do. I wasn't even investigating. I was just in there doing my normal thing. I had walked in the women and children's dining room, which is the bigger dining room on the first floor, walked into the kitchen area where the windows are. And I just got this really weird feeling. And I heard they were the loudest footsteps I've heard ever. I mean, it sounded like somebody had concrete boots on. I mean, I heard the footsteps. I felt them. I looked up and I saw what was a 8-foot tall black shadow person. And he pretty much ran through me, and fight or flight hit, and flight won. And I took off out of there and out towards the sink in the team room area. And yeah, I was like, okay,
It's like, I'm out of here.
great. Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, I've been back in there since.
You don't sound too confident about that, though. She's like, yeah, I've been back there since, but
I have.
have.
I mean, I've been back in there. I've seen him 2 other times since then. But I think it's more that it happened here, because normally I can walk through that building, it doesn't bother me. But that was just like, it caught me off guard.
Yeah.
And it's more of like, I don't know who it is or what it is, or, that kind of thing. And anytime I try to get answers, it's just, I don't. So, yeah.
So when was Project Fear there?
They were here last summer.
Okay.
So the summer of 2022.
All right. So when we were there in, God, when was that, Zach?
It was
21.
Very early on, yeah.
20 or 21, we were there. And I'll tell you a little story about what happened. We were in the team room having a break, and we were all sitting down, and Abby and Joe were Abby and some other girl was running it. Joe was there for killing spiders or whatever.
He actually did something.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So Abby and Joe were running for GHU. We were there, and we were out in the hallway there by the sink, and someone had seen other guest Heather had seen a shadow down the hallway, down that first floor, down by the dining room. And we sat out there we were sitting out there for what, 45 minutes?
Yeah.
And we had all the lights off, and they kept seeing it. Well, then Susie saw it. And they were both, she's like, I don't know who that is. She goes, I've never seen that. I could see it.
Yeah.
I was like looking, and I couldn't see it, but they saw a shadow, and eventually it came up through those double doors. The first set of double doors there.
Yep.
It came up to that door, and Susan turned around and booked.
Yeah.
She was like, you're too close. I don't know who you are. And she turned around and left. Out the door. She went.
The entire night she stayed with us, but as soon as that happened, she's like, nope, I'm gone.
Yeah. She was like,
and then left us, and we're sitting there like,
yeah. When the caretaker takes off, I think I should take off too. But I sat in the seat. I was like, I don't see it. I mean, more people saw. Other people had seen it. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, it bounced around on the stairwell, directly straight down the hallway.
Yep.
It kind of stayed in that area, and then it just kind of pinballed down the hallway, just getting closer and closer.
So I'm wondering if that's the same shadow.
I have sat in those chairs several times with other teams and watched shadows down that hallway and on that first staircase like you guys said, pinball back and forth several nights or mornings.
Yeah. So I don't know if that was the same shadow because they said it was a big shadow. I never saw it. I didn't get to see it. I don't know. I didn't get the. I mean, I experienced the fear that everybody had, but I wasn't scared because I didn't see it, so I couldn't tell.
I just remember you standing over my shoulder and just being like, "Do you see it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I see it." He's like, "I don't see it."
I couldn't see it. But it had gone. But we got something in that break room also. Didn't the walkie-talkies?
Yeah.
Yeah, the walkie-talkies that you guys have in the break room there, they went off.
Really?
And stuff. Yeah, and it was really weird. It was like, a lot of stuff was going on. That 45 minutes was kind of,
it was wild.
You know, it was wild. That was pretty good. After we played tag with Elba upstairs with the flashlights, that was pretty.
Yeah,
that was pretty good. But yeah, that was that. When you said this, when you said the shadow man, I was like, oh wait a minute, we experienced. I think we experienced that same thing. That big guy, that big shadow.
Yeah, that first floor hallway is very. I would much rather go up the stairs and go around than walking down that first floor hallway when it's dark.
Yeah, because we never even went back to.
I know that's bad, but it's true.
I don't blame you.
I don't even think we investigated that dining room. After that whole shadow thing, man, we went upstairs and nobody.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody else went downstairs.
Like we went to the boiler room.
When you're here Saturday, you'll definitely have to go in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's a spot that we haven't done yet. So.
Yeah, you'll definitely have to go in there and check it out.
Oh yeah.
So we have Joe, who's a resident. Well, they say it's Joe. We don't know. We haven't definitely. It could be a creeper guy tugging on the women.
Yeah.
And then we have the twins that tug on the men's clothes. Correct?
Yeah. So Mary and Margaret, they were sisters who were here during the poor farm. Their room's up on the second floor, across from the nurse's station. It's the one that has all the toys in it. A lot of times when guys go in there, especially ones with beards and facial hair, when they read books to them, they seem, that's the two I was looking at.
Not me.
Yeah.
Exactly. Children, not those kind of books.
I'm gonna shave so that way it's just you.
Kids' books. A lot of times they seem to, and it's always, very sweet, very loving, like kind of boy crazy type stuff. They seem to get activity. There's like toy blocks in there, like kids blocks. We've had those be knocked over before. A lot of people have music boxes go off in there. Cat balls go off in there. But it's not just them in there, I don't think. Lately, we've had some other spirits coming through in that room. So I always tell people don't just focus on them in there. And then like you mentioned earlier, we have Elva also. She's a little girl spirit who was actually in the first building that was here on the property, the Poor Farm building. She was about 10 days before her 5th birthday. And unfortunately, her dress caught on fire one morning, and she ended up dying from burn injuries. But yeah, she likes lights, like you said, like flashlights, anything that lights up, really. So I think a lot of the cat ball action stuff that we have, or like, I don't know if you guys ever saw the motion lights going off on the stairs when you guys were here.
A few times, yeah.
Yeah. We
I sometimes wonder if that's a lot of kids doing it.
Especially down in where the twins room is by the nurse's station, that hallway, that stairwell there. We had a lot of when we were there, we had that light going on and off in that stairwell there.
Really?
And is that the motion?
Typically, it's the other end.
It's the other. Yeah, it's the other end. Not my fault. I'm thinking the other one.
Okay.
The big stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird because there's some days that it won't do it at all, and then there's other days that it'll do it like every couple minutes for a couple hours, and then it just stops. So it's
weird. If you're the only one in the building, you're like, wait a minute, I'm the only one here. Yeah. Why do these motion lights keep going and off and on?
Yeah, like the camera that's on those, I actually have them on my phone so I can check some of the cameras. And a lot of times, like the building's locked, the alarm's on, so there's absolutely nobody in there. And I can pull up the camera and look when it goes off, and the green box will show up like it's picking something up, but there's absolutely nothing there. and if the bat's flying around, you can see the bat on the camera, but 9 times out of 10, there's nothing there and it's still going off. So
Wow.
I gotta deal with another bat.
Sorry.
What is with haunted places and bats,
We
man?
never deal with them, but
That's like asking you, like, what's with Dracula and bats?
Yeah, like, every
come on,
time
they go
we-
hand in hand together.
Mannequins, bats, hot weather,
Spiders.
I know spiders don't bother.
Yeah, we do have mice too. I mean, we are in a cornfield. I mean,
Wait a minute, we did see mice when we were there last time.
yeah,
we
I
saw
mean, we
some.
are surrounded by corn this year, so sorry.
Oh yeah, they're probably all out there. Oh yeah,
Oh
That's
yeah,
where the children hang out.
So
yeah.
Sorry.
Spirits, dark, creepy places. What's up with all the haunted houses? Yeah, shadow people.
we seem to migrate to one thing.
Yeah.
yeah, it happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, we did flashlight tag, but we also had the balloons that lit up in the hallway too, and those were moving.
Yeah.
Those were moving. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had set the flashlight on the steps, and we had the flashlight down the hallway.
Yep.
And she would like touch the hallway one, and we would try to race her to the steps to turn the step one on. And she did it a couple times. Like it turned on, and then it turned on. It was really cool that to play with to do that. Yeah, for that to as a paranormal guy too. That is cool that they were she was turning it on. Well, at least we think it was her.
Yeah.
Once again,
Right.
you don't really know unless
Right.
and stuff. But
Makes you feel better to think it was her.
Yeah, could be that thing, the same creeper guy downstairs.
It's just a giant 8-foot guy running down the hallway.
Yeah.
He's like, haha, they think I'm a little girl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these guys
right.
think I'm a little kid. I pull on girls' clothes. It's the one spirit. They only have one spirit that does everything.
So what is and I'm sure everybody can answer their own too, but what is your one favorite thing about the location?
Oh geez.
Oh, I forgot to tell you you're gonna have questions.
Yeah, thanks. You could have warned me about that part.
Question 1 of 20. So
Yeah, you're at 1 of 20.
Yeah. I don't know that
I'm
I
gonna
can
say,
put...
please send us her questions before I answer.
Yeah, right. Can you do that next time? I don't honestly know if I can put a favorite. It's weird because if you would have told me 9 years ago when I came to this building that I was going to live here, I'm like, you're crazy. That's never going to happen. Like, because I'm actually from 2 hours from here. I'm from like the Alton area. So, I moved up here, to do this. There's just something about the building that kept calling me back up here. And I just, kept coming to investigate it. And somehow Robin, decided to trust me to do this. And I kept coming back. I can't really put anything to it. It's the love of the building, the love of the spirits, I guess. I don't know if they, decided that I was doing a good job. I don't know. Hopefully they think I am. I try to. I mean, I try to respect them,
I would think by now they would let you know if you're not.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I would hope they do,
I mean, you don't get
They're
pushed
letting me live here so far, so.
Yeah.
There's been little like twinkies here and there that it's really weird. Just long story short, like, my dad's maiden name should be Montgomery, and there's a Montgomery on the side of the building, and he's from 45 minutes north of here. So it's like, okay, it's just weird things like that, that kind of makes me wonder if, I was like destined to be here for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I mean, my whole my whole family pretty much moved up here. So my oldest is going to college up here. My grandparents actually moved up here. So it's kind of like a family
Wow,
thing.
you got everybody to move up there. Wow. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to take care of a haunted house. You guys coming?
Yeah. My youngest is a senior in high school up here. I dragged my boyfriend up here. I mean, yeah.
What do they think of all this stuff?
Well, my youngest one, he's actually autistic. So he's very open. He'll actually walk through the building by himself. There are sometimes I won't even do that. So he's a lot braver than I am most times. So he loves it. My oldest, he's 21. He was very into the paranormal when he was younger. But now he's kind of like, it's cool, but whatever, Mom. He's kind of doing his own thing. But, they love the fact that I'm doing my dream job, and, they're there to support me and help out, which means the world to me. So, I mean, who doesn't, love this stuff and, this kind of job? Now, when people ask me what I do for a living and I tell them, it goes one way or the other, but
Yeah.
I understand that totally,
Yeah.
Right?
They're like, hey, what do you do for a living? Well, I'm a paranormal
Right?
investigator.
And it's like,
no, really, what do you do? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Well, there was a customer that came into my store today. I work at a grocery store, and she had a ghost tattoo on her arm. And so I finally asked, and I was like, oh, is that a ghost? She's like, yeah. And I showed her the two that I have and explained what they meant. And I was like, I'm a paranormal investigator, thinking that it would spark maybe just a little conversation or whatever. And she's like, oh, that's neat. I just got it because I like Halloween. I'm like, oh, okay. End of the conversation
really
right there.
I don't think she wanted to talk to you.
Okay.
I'm like,
like,
cool.
I just
Sure.
like Halloween.
She got home. She's like, this creeper guy at the grocery store was
Showed
like,
me his ghost tattoos
Yeah.
and told me he's a paranormal investigator. She's like, my birthday's in October and I just like Halloween. And I'm like, all right, do your thing, I guess. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. You get that, like, oh, what do you do? I'm a paranormal investigator. No, what really do you? No, that's what I am. They don't believe it's a job or whatever.
It's really good when you tell them you live at a haunted place. Then it's really good.
Yeah,
that's even better.
My thing.
They look at you like, go on.
Yeah, my thing is like, I'm like, my people that know me or something, like, oh, tell them what you do with your brother and your dad. I'm like, oh, we're paranormal investigation, team. They're like, oh, are ghosts real? Do you believe in them? No.
We just do it because we want to.
Yeah.
I just make it up every
in the room and
weekend.
talk to people.
Yeah.
Just make it up.
I talk to a wall.
Well, it's really funny because around here, most people, especially if they're from here and they've grown up around here, they know what Ashmore Estates is. Yeah, everybody does. So especially when I, if I say, oh, well, we just moved up here, and they're like, oh, well, what brought you up here? And then it's, well, I came up here for Ashmore Estates, and they're like, what? And then when you tell them I actually live on the property, then it goes to a whole nother level.
They start backing up some.
Yeah,
like, all right, have a good
it's
day.
very interesting.
Once again, back to that, I like Halloween. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like,
So what does your boyfriend think of all this? I mean, he's the one that had to move now for.
Yeah. He's getting into it. Yeah, he's into it. He might not admit that, but he is. And he's probably listening right now too. So yeah, he better not say a word. But
now, my next question to that is, does he walk into the building?
Oh yeah, he's been in the building several times. Yeah, he's
And
been on investigations. We actually went to Rose Hotel Saturday, and he actually had a very, very interesting experience. One that I don't think he's still over yet. So yeah, I'll be getting him to yeah, he's getting into it. He might not admit it, but I'm going to admit it for him.
Yeah, but I would say that he's gone on investigations and stuff like that. So he's been in Mineral
Springs too. So and
I was thinking like he didn't do it, and he's like he's a skeptic, like, oh, there's nothing in this building and everything. And then the 8-foot shadow walks around the corner.
He used to be, but he's believing more and more.
Well, I mean, you go on one investigation. I mean, you know this from experience. You go on one investigation and you get good activity, and they're like, okay. Even if you're a skeptic, you're gonna think, all right, now that's definitely creeped into my mind.
Yeah, I mean, you can still be. I feel like you can still be like a slight skeptic afterwards because questioning what happens, but that experience that you have definitely sticks with you, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It was more than just like sitting in a dark room, like something happened.
Yeah.
I just saw him comment on it too, so he better behave.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is that the one that came up?
Yeah. That would be him. He better behave too.
Yeah, and I bet living on a haunted property will do it to you too.
Yeah, I mean that would change your skeptic real reason. Like, Hey, Ash, that was outside. Saw somebody in that window up there. You might want to check there. Somebody might be in the building.
He goes walking in the house. Is like, oh, you're here. I thought you were in the building.
Well, so the house actually has the smoke detectors here are hardwired and their battery. And twice since we've been here, once about 12:30 at night, and then one about, I want to say like 2:33 in the morning. And it's not like your typical low battery. And even if it was, they're hardwired. And twice we have had them go off, and it's just 4 beeps. It's beep, 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 beep. And that's it. Nothing else. And, then I find out that apparently on this same slab at one point, there was an activity building that sat here that burnt down on Halloween.
Wow.
Which I didn't know before. So I don't know if that has something to do with that, but we've had that happen. I mean, we've had footsteps. We've had voices.
Now this is at your house, not the building.
Yeah,
this is over.
Yeah, okay. This is over at the house that's next to the building. That actually sits on the slab where, that building was. I think the original caretaker's house actually sat here as well. So yeah. So we've had stuff over here too.
Have you investigated your house?
Yes. Not like actual, like we haven't
you know what
like
the rule
a bunch
is.
of stuff
you don't
out.
play with the toys in your house.
I know, but that's the rule, but we all do it.
I do not do that. I don't want to know. I did. I have to tell you a quick story. I did get some new Phasma, new iPads, or tablets, and I was downloading Phasmabox to them and everything.
And you did.
And I was like, I turned it on, and I was like, just nothing was going on. Like it was dead silent. And I'm like, that's weird, because usually you hear some kind of noise or gibberish. And I was like, hello. And all of a sudden it came through. We're here. I was like, all right, turn it off. That's
what I've done.
Yep. I was like, all right, it's working.
Nobody's here.
Like, who's here?
Yeah. We've done the Phasmabox. My older son's fiance, she is really good at doing the Phasma and listening to it with the headphones. So she's actually done it over here. We actually pulled the tripwire out the other night, on Friday night before we went to Rhodes, just checking stuff out. And my son, my youngest one, wanted to lay stuff out. So we laid it down the hallway for a little while, and it went off a couple times. And then I was like, okay, it's time to put it up.
I don't want to know anymore.
Let's put it up. I'm done. I don't need to know anymore.
It's just the perfect amount that you're like, okay, I'm not going crazy.
Yeah,
but I'm done.
What is too much?
You're like, yeah, okay. Don't need to know anymore.
Yeah.
We set up I got a REM pod, one of the REM pods in the mail. I was like, oh, I gotta try it out. So I turned it on and set it on the other side of the ottoman in the living room at the old place that we used to live. And it fell over and it went beep, 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 beep. It went off, and she looked at me and I looked at her, and I was like, and she walked over there, and it had fallen over and it went off because it fell over.
Because we had carpet at the time in our living room, so it had hit the carpet, and I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, I'm done.
We set it over there, and we walked around, and it went beep, 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 and we both looked at each other like, oh, shit.
I turned it off. I was like, nope, never again.
Yeah, same thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know, but I don't want to know.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Your work's following you home. You don't want that.
Well, I do think I have one that does follow me from the building. Because I've gone to a couple places that somebody has came out and he will talk about the building. So I do think I have one. I just don't know who it is. So yes, it does.
You just got to start closing the doors quicker so we can't get through.
Well, if you ask my youngest one, he'll tell you as long as you lock the door, they can't come in. So
hey, that's a good philosophy. You tell them that
works for me, I guess.
Question to that, since you said your son's autistic, does he see, or does he feel them a lot more, or does he can he like say, well, there's some, he sees them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's cool.
That is really
so, my dad passed away in January of 2022, and they were super close. I mean, close as anybody could get. They'd call each other 20 times a day. And my dad never came to this building. He never came up here. He was from Southern Illinois. And he has told me that he has seen him in the building twice.
Maybe he's protecting you. Maybe it's your angel.
I know he is. I have no doubts about that at all.
Yeah.
He's told me, so most people know about Hannah, who used to work here. She was the caretaker before Sue. She was here for several years. She actually worked in the haunted house that they had here. And very good friend of mine. My boys actually called her Aunt Hannah. And unfortunately, she was killed in a car wreck about 3 years ago. And he's actually seen her. He's told me he has seen her here before.
She liked it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We feel that people tend to like.
I got goosebumps talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I know we discussed this at one time that people are like, well, if no one died there, why would there be spirits? Well, if that was a good place or they felt that was one of their favorite places they want to be, then they go back to that. It's something that they're used to and stuff. Because I know we've gone to like Farrar Schoolhouse and like no one's been killed there.
No.
You know, no one's been murdered at the schoolhouse, but it's haunted because, you know, it could have been a good, there's negative energy there.
Yeah.
They did bad things to the boys, the kids there, but, you know, and maybe that's, you know, Hannah, maybe she enjoyed that job so much.
Well, she loved this place. And,
yeah,
you know, a lot of the history we know is because of her and her sister, too.
Why not? If you're going to hunt something, you might as well hunt something that you like to play.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, and kind of like you were saying,
exactly.
Something always drew you back to that place. It could be the same thing that when you pass on, something you just feel like something always draws you in one place. And that's.
Thanks for bringing that because you said that about you were drawn to the building. How many people we've talked to that own a building or a caretaker that said that building just it calls to me like I got to be there. Like Stephanie said that she would get up. The lady that owns McAteer Villa, Stephanie, she said that she would get up in the middle of the night and drive to the building, like half an hour away from where she lived, just to sit out front of it because she felt that it was, you know, that building was calling her and stuff like that. So that's cool that, you know, I mean, if it felt like it was calling you.
Yeah.
You're there now. You're stuck like Chuck.
Oh, I'm here.
She goes, I built a house
here.
I'm staying here.
Even if she passes away, she's there.
Oh, I told my boys, even before we, you know, decided to move up here, I told them, you know, if you want to visit me after I die, you'll probably have to come up here.
Where you guys going to see my mom? Brad. Gotta go to Ashmore Estates. She's there.
Gotta do an investigation.
Yeah.
Now I'll really be here.
Yeah. Well, she's either at that building or that building over there. Which one? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? I'll go back and forth. It's fine.
I think it's funny, like when we first started this and the amount of like caretakers or people who took, you know, care of the building when they started living there. I felt like our reaction, at least mine, was always still just like, why? But like the more I've done this, I'm like, I would want to live there because then it's like you're there all the time, so you get more of that connection with everything that happens.
Yeah.
Well, and just like when you know you've worked for it and you've done it, you know you can't clock in and clock. You can't get them to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So you're there all the time, so you get to see all the other little things that happen that we don't get to see in one night. You know, on one night, like you're there all the time. So you hear the bangs and the door closes and, you know, and things like that we might not catch that night, but you get to hear all, you know, the tricycles moving, you know what I'm saying? That stuff like, whoa, I put that there. I know I put that there. You went home and you came back and it's in the hallway or in a different room. It's like,
I
know I put that in that room.
I've had a broom move before. I've had a chair move. And I try to tell people too, you know, everybody always wants to investigate at night and it's cool because it's creepy and it's scary. But honestly, I mean, do it during the day too. There's no rule or law that says you got to do it at night. I honestly probably have more stuff happen here in the building during the day when I'm in there cleaning and doing stuff. And just, you know, not even really paying attention. And, you know, we do daytime investigations out here, you know, if people want to do them. And like I said earlier about, you know, just people hanging out in the team room, they've, you know, like you guys said, just sitting in the hallway. You don't have to be serious about it, you know, 24/7. a lot of times, and you probably know this too, we get the best stuff when we're just goofing off and, not really doing anything, just having conversations and stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's like you're ignoring them.
Yeah.
Like they're being ignored.
Exactly.
And they're like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
We're here, buddy. You're here to see us.
And that's something not a lot of people understand. Like when we're on our TikTok lives or anything, and we're just sitting there goofing around, and we have a flashlight, we have a REM pod or whatever, tripwire, and it's not going off, and we're just sitting there, and everyone's like, well, aren't you guys investigating? We're like, yeah, but we're also sitting here because if we ignore them, something's most likely going to happen, and then us just sitting there like just staring
at a flashlight. Come on, turn on.
Because sometimes I feel
and the other thing, go ahead.
Oh, that like it kind of reminds me of like going to a zoo. Like you're going there just to see that one thing behind glass and expecting it to do something. So the amount of times that teams and other people come in there and just constantly ask questions and tell them how to do things or what to do. Like, yeah, I mean, if I know if I was a ghost at some point, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, do it yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here.
When you're not paying attention or not expecting it or not telling them what to do, then I feel like they're more willing to communicate.
Well, and just to add to that too, especially like somewhere like Ashmore, when our schedule is kind of crazy and we have lots of teams coming in, I always tell people, think outside the box, because when you have teams coming in asking the same questions over and over and over. Think about it. If you're sitting at home and somebody walks in your living room and every single day they're asking you what your name is or how you died or, what year it is, you're going to get bored out of your mind. Well, so are they. Think outside the box. I mean, I've had people ask some of the random questions. I mean, I had people do a tarot card reading for the spirits. I'm not even kidding. They did it. And they got some of the craziest responses. I mean, they got some crazy activity. It was the coolest thing. So, I mean, just, ask them.
Definitely got to do the flashcards.
Yeah. Think out. You might think it's weird or crazy, but you just might get some stuff out of it too. So there's, I say there's no wrong way to do it, but, as long as you're not provoking them.
Well, there's only one wrong question to ask. Like I told, there's no stupid questions, but one. Yes, they're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
How many times have you been on an investigation where you've asked someone to ask a question and it says, "Are you dead?" And I'm like, "Really?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I'm right here."
I tell people at the beginning too. I'm like, "There's not a dumb. What? Wait, there is one question."
You're like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, and I tell people the same thing too. Is like, they're like, "Well." When you're like that first rotation, it takes a while for them to warm up to you.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So people are kind of looking at you like, all right, buddy, you're on the spot. And I'm like, hey, think about it this way. You come out of the shower, there's 10 people standing in your living room. How are you going to react? The same thing. You're not going to say nothing. You're going to be like, oh, wait, what the hell? It's their house.
Yeah.
Well, and it's the energies too, because I've noticed, especially here with people that come in, it depends on your energy. I mean, if you come in with good energy and you're hyped and you're coming in it for the right reasons and you're, here with good energy and stuff like that, you're going to get good stuff back. But if you're coming in here, just down and with an attitude and stuff like that, you're not going to get much. I mean, they know why you're here and what you're doing. You might not think so, but they do. They're not stupid. Some of them are very intelligent and they know what you're doing. And that seems to come across a lot, especially in this building.
I was trying to sit up, and my arm totally went right off it. I would have been boom, fall right on the floor.
Let's look at some of the chat here really quick. Phil said, "Happy Spooky Tuesday."
Who said that?
Phil.
Phil's our one follower in California.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we probably have more.
One.
Kitty said sick glasses.
Yeah.
Sick grasses instead of glasses.
He can't spell.
Yeah.
He goes to the Dan Klein spelling.
Yeah, he does. You guys got the same hands.
Yeah.
Winston's been working, guys, trying to get ready for my next scans. Yeah, we were just talking about you. Was it last week?
Last week,
Yeah.
We're like, man, we haven't seen her in a while.
We haven't seen you. I was just about to reach out to you too.
Chris said, "Nope, I am Mr. AT&T guy. Don't get it twisted."
Yeah.
All right. Jeannie said, "Working on cups while I watch."
Getting our new cups out.
Yeah. Kenny said, bad news. I'm out for the next week or so with COVID. I'm probably going to miss it.
Ah.
Sucks.
I hope you feel better.
Oh, you're not going to be at bowling tomorrow night, Kenny. I was supposed to give you the money for Witches Night Out to give to Valerie.
Just said, working on resin while I watch. Get well, Kenny.
Did she say resin?
Yeah.
Jess, you do resin? Not to interrupt. Sorry, Ashley. I was like,
yeah.
You're good.
Kenny said, yeah, I'm good on the downhill part now, but it sucks. Susan's at the gym. There you go. Put it on the big.
There you go.
Tell us what they're doing.
Put it on the big TV. Let everybody else watch.
Yeah, let everybody watch. Tell them to put it on the big TV. Everybody wants to watch.
Kathy said, anybody spell words with the blocks?
Oh, there you
not that
go.
I know of, because I don't think. Well, there probably is enough blocks in there to spell words with, though. Not that anybody has told me. So I don't know. I know the one time that I actually saw them knocked over. So I do a kids' day out here twice a year, where we do it during the day, and we actually bring kids in. Kids come in, and we kind of do it like the rotation thing, where we do each floor and split them up into groups and show them how the equipment works and how to use it and how to investigate. And we had a group of kids in that room, and actually had the blocks fall over in front of them. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, not that I'm aware of, but I don't see why they couldn't.
Yeah. Her next one was there a lot of kids put there?
So I believe there was orphans put here. I've heard stories. It's not documented that I know of, that we had what was called an orphan train, that they would put kids on it in Charleston and bring them out here. So yes, there were some kids out here.
We need to get, it would be cool is to hook her up with Tori and write a book on Ashmore. So I don't know if you don't know, we have a friend, her name's Paranormal Tori. And
her
she
name's
does.
Tori Westhoff.
I'll bring this up. So she writes books on. What'd she say?
I said, well, her name's Tori Westhoff. It's not.
Oh, I'm
Paranormal.
sorry. Well, I meant Tori. That's her web thing. Sorry, Tori Westhoff. Sorry.
My name's Investigator Zach.
Yeah, sorry. But she does book like she's written this. This is her Melvin Manor book.
Oh wow!
It's got like every. I don't know if you can see that or not, but she goes through and gets like death certificates and finds out everybody that like stayed there and stuff like that. And it's like a manual for investigators. But she does like all your research and like does like the graves, like who lived there, who died there. If she can't find it 100%, that she don't put them in the book,
right?
And everything like that. And I know she's doing what YMCA right now. She's doing the haunted YMCA up in Rock Island, and she's done like McAteer Villa, Malvern, Asylum.
Malvern would be interesting to read. Malvern's the one place I've actually left.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
The only place I've actually left.
That's one of my top two favorites now.
Yeah.
I love that
We were
place.
supposed to stay the night there, and we actually left.
Like
I don't
elaborate
remember
what happened. You said it. I gotta ask now. I mean,
yeah.
What's the story?
This
What
was
happened?
years ago, probably 2015-ish. It was when I was with a team in Alton, the team I used to be with, and I don't remember. I mean, I remember most of the night. I mean, we had a ball rolling back and forth. My oldest son saw the shadow person that's in the nursing home wing. The only thing I really remember is me and another team member walked upstairs, the staircase that's by the front door, and the hallway to the left. Is it the captain's hallway? Okay, the captain's hallway. And the team member, I just remember him, he started kind of getting agitated. And the next thing I remember, we were both outside across the street. I was told that he came at me and was trying to choke me. But neither one of us remember it.
Wow.
And about a year, and then so we went back in to get our stuff and kind of wrap up the night. And we had the air conditioner knob fly across the room. Where the room where all the couches were. I guess they're still in there. There's an old air conditioner on the wall. One of the knobs actually flew off of it across the room, and flew over by where the stove sits.
Oh, wow.
And I pretty much had an attachment for about a year afterwards.
Have you
that
been
I
back
had
since?
to go see somebody for? No, I have not.
Never gone back since?
Part of me wants to, just
Kind of
to
like
see.
that get back on the horse type thing, like if not
Yeah,
defeat
but
you.
then the other part of me is like, do I really want to open that can of worms again?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, especially if you had an attachment or
Yeah.
no,
I mean,
she never had an attachment. Don't say that because people are like, you're always gonna bring something home. No, she didn't have no attachment.
Well, I had to go see somebody a couple times. Let's just say that.
Should have had some booby gone.
You should have had some booby gone.
Yeah, right?
So booby gone, you know?
Yeah. I needed a lot of it.
She's just dousing her. She puts in the tub and she's laying.
That's it right there. Booby gone.
Yeah. I need about 3 of those.
We can sell it in a 5-gallon bucket.
Just use a paintbrush.
I would like to go back some point at some time. Yeah.
We'll be there. Actually, we'll be our next event after Ashmore is Melbourne.
Yeah.
October 21st. Yeah. We were there in May. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I never left that hallway. That's Shadow Man hallway.
Oh,
I never investigated anything else. I stayed. It was so active down that hallway. And you said you had balls rolling. And I actually had a ball.
It was actually in Gracie's room. I think that's her name. The one that's right in front, like as soon as you walk in the front door, where the bed and the wheelchair are.
Bed and the wheelchair.
It's right by the staircase, like the first room on the left.
I thought Gracie was right across from the nurse's station.
Maybe it's not Gracie. I don't. It's like one of the first rooms as you're going down the hallway.
Yeah, that's Gracie's room, like right down that hallway to the nurse's room. Yeah.
Yeah, my son was sitting in the wheelchair, and there was like a big bouncy ball, and it literally rolled from the bed to right between his feet by itself.
Yeah, I was down the Shadow Man hallway setting a REM pod up. I had a laser grid shining on the hallway. I was setting a REM pod up, and a white wiffle ball rolled past me. And I turned around. I was in the middle of a rotation. I turned around and looked at everybody that was at the nurse's station. I was like, aha, you're funny. You try, you got me, And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the ball. They're like, what ball? I'm like, then I got kind of agitated. I was like, all right, it's funny. The fucking ball that, you just rolled past. And they're like, we didn't roll no ball past you. And then it hit me like, oh shit. Like that just happened. I'm like, and everything. And you can see that they have video. You can't see down the hallway enough, but you can see that no one rolled the ball.
Yeah,
you
no one did it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm like, oh, after it happened, you're like, damn, that just happened. I didn't even know it. I'm like,
first reaction was just to blame everybody else.
Yeah, but I mean,
right?
That's what you
because you wanted to
do,
be somebody. Like you wanted to be somebody that did it, and then it's like, oh crap.
Yeah.
You're like,
now it happened. I didn't really realize it. I'm like, damn, I blamed it on everybody else. Yeah, I couldn't leave that hallway. I mean, we had great Estes in Rebecca's room, and I'm like, I can't wait to go back now because I get to go.
Yeah.
I need to go move, but it's going to be drawn back to that hallway. I know it is.
Yeah.
You get to see the whole other half of the building.
Yeah.
Lauren always with the bats. Kenny said, "I'm still Team Pendulum." We know.
Yeah.
Jules says, "Wait, how do we know that they are dead though? What if we are the ghost? What if they are on another planet?" Deep.
Fair point.
Deep.
Very
true.
Deep.
I understand.
And that's kind of along the lines of what we've kind of always said was the whole timeline thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we're on the same timeline, but different times, and the veil gets thin enough that we see that nurse or we see that patient, and they can see us, but they're really live too, but just on a different, on a timeline, and stuff is how we see it. But no one really knows. I mean, that's just another
theory,
deep thought.
There's Kenny with the spelling. Jules is on the next level.
On the next what?
Level.
He said level.
It's
the phone.
Sure, Kenny.
I know. Hey, for this year for bowling, when we do the giveaway, we wrap up the gift and put it. I'm gonna put Hooked on Phonics in one of the bags. Kitty, you need to get my Hooked on Phonics.
Are there any other trigger objects that tend to get good reactions?
I would say probably the best ones that I've noticed, if you're talking about here at the building, are cat balls.
Yeah, she's coming. She's one of the guests this weekend.
Cat balls seem to be probably one of the best, and they're the cheapest.
Mm-hmm.
But those seem to work really well. I know I have a tripwire that seems to work really good in the dining rooms.
Now, are there tables in the dining rooms?
Yes. Yep. There's still tables there.
So do you put the tripwire on the table or do you put it on the floor?
I actually put it on the floor. Okay. And then we've had it like in the boiler room. We'll put it down the stairs. And we've had it go off to where like it looks like somebody's, coming in the room or going out of the room. Okay. We've done it that way before. So it kind of just depends on what you're doing, how you're going to set the room up, I guess.
I just ask because some people are like, "Well, there's electricity running through the ground." I'm like, "It's a concrete floor, man." It's
I was going to say, it's a concrete floor. No, there's not. Now, I will say, I did notice I was using my tripwire one time when it was lightning. The lightning will set them off. And then the other night when we put it out in my house, my son actually went to the bathroom and he flipped the light switch on and it went off. And I was like, wait a minute. So when he came out, I was like, hey, go do the light switch again. And he did it. And then the tripwire went off. So if you turn a light switch on and off next to the tripwire, it actually sets it off too.
So I guess that's that electric. That's what it's tested for is that electrical current. So it must put it in the air.
Right.
Good to know.
The lightning would be cool.
Yeah.
The lightning would be kind of cool. Yeah. I wouldn't tell nobody. Just let it light up.
So I mean, I can't say 100% it was the lightning, but it seemed like every time it lightninged outside, the tripwire, like one of the lights were going off. So it was like, it kind of was like I had to chalk it up to the lightning because it was like, it seemed like every single time it did it, the lights would go off. Yeah. So it was either the ghost was really good with the lightning or it was the lightning doing it.
Ashley knows better than that. When we can't say it, we say it's paranormal. It's not lightning.
I'm sorry. I can't. I just can't.
We always say that. We're like, it's paranormal. Yeah, it's just paranormal.
Kenny, I don't know to claim anything, but I do believe anything is possible. Exactly.
True.
Keeping an open mind.
There goes the spell checker guy.
Yeah, I hate this phone.
Is it autocorrect supposed to correct the misspelled words?
He must not have autocorrect on his phone.
What's the safe word? Philly, it could be anything you want.
He always has the randomest questions. He is great. He's always like, when we do our TikTok lives, he is always on our TikTok live. He's always like 2 questions behind.
Yeah, well, that's usually on here.
Yeah. Or we'll do like the Marco Polo thing. We're like, Marco, and he'll be like, Polo. We're like, no, not you.
Funny moment on our last TikTok live when we were at the cemetery, we were traveling to a different destination and we had seen some before, but it wasn't that many.
Yeah.
And Philly commented, he's like, hey, just watch out for deer. And then we were going through the neighborhood and
5 seconds later.
Yeah, it wasn't even that far. Later, I almost we ran into a big group and almost hit some. And I was like, "How did you know?"
Oh, did you ever go back and watch that? Because you almost hit the possum in the road.
Oh
too.
Yeah, I went and watched. Yeah, I didn't hit it.
Yeah, there was a big ass possum in the road. I'm like, you got that on tape.
I didn't hit it. He said $50 Walmart special. I'll have to deal with this since it's my pool incident.
Oh, that's right. He thought he had a waterproof camera and he went in the pool and apparently he didn't.
Oh boy.
Do you ever have people in complete disbelief that later leave with a whole different mindset? Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh,
yeah.
One.
Actually, we've had skeptics who come in. A lot of times it's, the guys who get dragged here by their significant other who don't believe in it. Yeah, I mean, this from GHU all the time. They get dragged and then something happens and it's either they don't admit it, but you can see it on their face, or they totally wholeheartedly believe it. It's one or the other.
They're the ones that like are always standing in the corner, not asking anything,
Yep.
and then like
Uh-huh.
as the night goes on, they're standing right
They
next
get
to you,
closer
asking the
and
most
closer
questions.
and
Yeah.
closer. Uh-huh.
Like, why are
Yep.
you interested all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or are they?
They
like the
start
guy-
in the very back,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're in the
and
very
then they're
back.
in the front.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have the mag light on or whatever, you're doing a trigger object, and all of a sudden the mag light goes off, and they're like, "Wait a minute!" And then the mag light goes off, and then it comes up, and the next thing you know, they're right next to the mag light. They're like, "Turn it on,
Yep.
turn it on."
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're like, "Wait a minute! You didn't believe this in the first place. Now you're wanting to turn it on."
We had a guest, and
Yes.
we were asking questions, and I was like, "Oh, do you have another question?" He goes, "Yeah, can you just turn it on? I just want to see it on again."
I don't want to ask you the question. Just turn the flashlight on.
It was
It's like the coolest thing in the
it
world.
was it was so fun. It was so
And
fun
then
to
for
see.
us, it's like, oh, they turned the flashlight because we see it all the time. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
He
Right.
was like,
To us,
"Oh,
it's like, oh, they turned the
oh," he
flashlight
was
on.
freaking out. It
But
was so
you know, a
fun.
skeptic or someone, they're like, "Oh my god, is there a button? Do you have a
Right.
button? Do you have
Yeah.
anything?"
Right.
You know,
So everybody thinks
I
they
feel
just
like-
have a button.
I feel like we're
Yeah.
all three standing there going, is anyone here with us? Can you turn on that flashlight?" Like rolling our hands
Well,
up.
my big thing
I
is,
do
is
that
like,
with the motion lights in the stairs because, well,
Yeah.
like you guys have seen them come on, especially the
Yeah.
third floor one on the end of the building where everybody comes in. Because I'm always telling people about it, and a lot of times, like when I'm doing the tour and I tell people about it, it will do it. So it makes it look like I'm doing it, like I have a button in my pocket. So I'm like, look, I swear I do not have a button. I don't have a remote. It is not me doing it. I swear. And then I'll be like,
Yeah.
you guys couldn't wait like 10 minutes to do it to where it doesn't look like I'm doing it. Like,
it's like, yeah,
Really?
This light every once in a while goes off. Bloop, it goes off. They're
Yeah.
like,
And then
no,
it does
not
it.
right now.
I'm like,
yeah.
thanks a lot, guys.
That's
Thanks a lot.
my thing with the button, and when people are like, "Oh, you have a button for the mag light," I'm like, do you think that if I were to set up anything in this building that I could have control over, it would be a little flashlight? It would
Yeah,
be like
right?
a chair
No.
or a table flipping
Right.
over,
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
something a little
Hear
bit
a
more.
table rattling back and
Right.
forth and stuff.
I have doors slamming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
like,
if I'm gonna
That's the
take
thing.
time to set something up, I'm gonna make it worth it.
Oh.
not no $15 mag light.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
A
And that's the
little
thing.
a sheet moving across the room.
I always tell people
Right.
too, I'm like, hey, if I could control it, it'd happen a lot more often.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. Like
But
that would
then
make
you
my
get-
job so much easier.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, but then you're like, okay, can you turn it off in 3, 2, 1, and it
Yeah.
turns off, and they're like, oh yeah. I'm like, I'm amazed at myself
Right.
because it don't do
Right.
it don't
Usually
do it all the
doesn't
time.
do
Kathy, has anybody ever had all of the lights come on the tripwire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yep.
pretty.
Yeah.
It's cooler when they're like when it goes in like in a line rather than all flashing at once, because it just kind of trickles down the wire. But
Yeah.
I've had 2 of them laid out and they've both went all like somebody was running down them.
oh, nice.
That's
yeah, we had
cool.
2 at Melbourne. Abby had 2, one in each hallway, and one would go off and the other would go off, and the one
Yeah.
would go off and the other would go off, and they'd go off together. And it was just weird how they both were going. I don't know if they were setting each other off or what, but they were pretty far distance apart from each other.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. Yeah, when they all go off and it brightens up the room. It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's
To
pretty
me,
bright.
I think the greatest thing at Melbourne was that music box that was facing the other way.
Oh, dude, that was
Oh.
creepy.
Yeah.
And it
There
kept
was some
getting
good-
faster and faster.
Melbourne is a
and
good place.
faster.
I'm telling everybody right now, if you get the
Oh,
chance to go to Melbourne,
Trust me, I am not dissing it at all. And I loved
No.
it up until that point.
Yeah, I bet.
no, I'm just saying that building alone is just there's a lot going
Yeah.
on in that place, and it's very well worth the trip to go to that place. If
Like I
it's
said,
not with
I
us,
do want to
just
go
in
back.
general.
I do want to go back. I do want to. I
Actually,
just got to get to go.
The movie gone? Yeah.
Thinking
Yeah,
of it now,
I just
though,
gotta
with,
go.
with what you said and how I reacted to the building.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He was like agitated and very on edge the whole
See?
night.
See,
Like I went in, like I'll go into any location, any spot without flashlight, as long as there's not a spider. I'm 100% okay. And
That's
okay,
the
well, we
truth.
can
Yeah.
go
That's
Saturday.
the truth.
That's all I'm gonna say.
so when we went into the building, I was fine, and I don't think it was like I mean, it was warm, but it wasn't hot, and I had my normal baseball jersey on and pants.
Yeah.
But like throughout the night, I just wanted to do less. I didn't want to do anything, and it felt like
Mhm.
it just felt like everything in the inside was just like burning. And like throughout the night, you see me on camera or other people's cameras or whatever, like my face was getting really red to the point at the very end of the night, I was on the counter, like ready just to go to sleep.
Yeah,
Like,
and there was catchers in the other room.
Yeah. Well, it was just part of the joke, but yeah, I was just so drained.
Couches.
And yeah, at one point I remember.
No, he laid up on the counter because it was cold.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, "Oh, this is so cold."
Yeah.
And he laid up on the counter up there.
Yeah, I just remember being like very agitated for no reason, and not towards anybody, but just in general.
Yeah.
That's a crazy place, man.
See?
Yeah, you're really peeling off your. I remember you came. You're like, I feel like I'm just burning, and you're like, took off like your baseball jersey and everything. You were. Like,
I walked outside and I was like taking off my clothes. I'm like, I don't know, like everything just hurt, like burns.
That house turned you into a stripper.
Well, that's the thing. It'll be like 80 degrees outside, and you'll come in with a jacket or a hoodie on.
It turned him into a stripper. I go back there. Next thing I'm gonna be a prostitute.
I was on the counter dancing. Kids light up piano would probably work better.
What?
Oh, so a kids light up piano would probably work better.
Oh.
Well, Philly, you can Venmo us one of those or send us. I'm headed tomorrow to looking for some plates. But I am going to look and see now that they have a book and bring a book up there and stuff. So
yeah, we have a lot of people who have brought toys and books and stuff. And I mean, I've left it, and some of the stuff does get played with. I think there's like drums.
Goodwill.
Kid drums that somebody has brought. Sorry, I gotta plug my computer in or it's gonna die.
No, you're good.
All of a sudden she's gonna go black. We're like spirit, paranormal.
Sorry. Spirits are done talking to you. They don't want to do it anymore. No, but yeah, we do have people who have brought dolls or like toys and stuff like that. So yeah. I've had people, they brought scrubs, like nursing scrubs. And have left them.
I don't know what I was thinking. So scrubs.
Yeah, I saw your face, and I was like,
I don't know what I was just. It was just a weird word. I was like scrubs, and I thought, oh, nurses scrubs.
No, I was just asking where you're going. Maybe pick up a smaller toy with the book or something. Leave there. Well, we can leave the book too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure out. I mean, I could wait for you to come. I have to go.
It's okay. Melvin is my fave, EVP of my name in Shadow Man Hallway, and also dealt with an attachment afterwards. I still can't wait to go back.
See?
I feel like we're all.
No, there's no attachment. There's nothing.
That's your attachment saying that.
Look, we didn't say the D word, okay? We just said attachment.
Yeah. Ding dong.
Doritos.
So much stuff happened there.
Yes.
Good evening. I almost said good morning.
Hey.
Hello, Sarah.
Hello, Sarah. And Dominic. Is Dominic watching?
Oh, yeah. Zach, how do you feel about going back?
Melbourne.
Melbourne, yeah. I don't feel any kind of like certain way. I'm more excited to see like how I feel again, like if it's the same way. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm excited to use the book.
Yeah. Well, we weren't talking about the book, so.
No, I'm just saying. You're lucky you're on camera. I'd flip you off.
Yeah, excited to go back. We'll see how it goes and see how I feel. Because didn't Heidi say it could have been something like in the building too that I was like.
Yeah, it could have been allergic to something, getting a reaction to something. Or we ate something before that too. We went to the bar and ate. But it's cool to see where you go back.
Oh yeah, we had Irish food.
Yeah. The only disappointing thing is we're not going to see Ashley on Saturday. And why is that, Ashley? Do you want to promote where you're going to be at?
Yes, actually, I do.
Okay.
I'm going to use
Here's your time. Promote. Go on.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I will not be on Saturday. A Saturday at Cheney Mansion in Jerseyville. Robin has put together a fundraiser with Roger, who takes care of Cheney, for a very good dear friend of ours. His name is Rob Klaus. I was on Riverbend Paranormal with him several years ago. It's a very good friend. He's more like a brother. So I'm going to try not to cry. No promises. Recently, he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So Robin decided to do a benefit for him at Cheney Mansion on Saturday from 7 p.m. to midnight. you can go on the Ashmore Estates Facebook page and find the link to the Eventbrite. Tickets are $25. You do not have to go if you just want to buy tickets to donate. All ticket sales, every bit of it, 100%, is going to Rob and his fiancee, Heather, to help them with medical expenses, travel, basically just whatever they need during this time right now. Robin does have items for prizes that he's giving away. So he's going to be drawing names with the tickets that are sold. You do not have to be present to win them. So, whatever tickets you buy that puts your name in to win the items that he's got. I don't know everything. I know there's an investigation from Ashmore that he's giving away. I think Rhodes Hotel donated an investigation. There's a couple other places. I know I donated a doll that Rachel Marie painted, and it's got the third floor painted on the front and back of it. My boyfriend does DJing on the side. He's going to donate basically up to 4 hours of an event for so much, like within 2 hours of us, if somebody has an event that they want to DJ for. So it's a good cause for an unfortunate event. So that's where I will be. But you guys will be in good hands. Abby will be here taking care of you guys. So hopefully you guys will have a good night.
And then how far are you from Effingham?
We're about 45 minutes from Effingham. Yeah, not too far.
And you're going up Saturday to Cheney?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there a way that we could maybe meet up, let's say maybe Thursday night halfway, and for our part of our Heart and Souls Paranormal, we'll put a basket together, we'll put some stuff in it, and we'll give away 2 free tickets to a future event.
We can do that. Yeah.
For that. I mean, it's another
it's
another paranormal person. So and stuff.
That would be awesome with you guys.
We'll be in Effingham Thursday night, Friday for the Silicon.
Okay.
I mean, whatever works better for you. If you want to meet up somewhere, and
I can come meet you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, you got my number, so just text me or call me, whatever, and we can.
Yeah, we have to set up from like 5 to 7, and then after 7 o'clock, we're free. Okay. I mean, we could even drive over there. I mean, maybe we could work. Has you guys got anything going on Thursday night there?
No.
Would it be possible to maybe if we can come over and do B-roll? Like just a walkthrough?
You would have to talk to Robin about that.
Okay. I figured out.
I just want to check out. Grade, sir.
Smooth.
Okay. I was almost there.
It was.
Yes, I have the keys, but he's the boss.
We like to just be able to take pictures and stuff like that before the event. And I know Saturday is going to be crunch time because we're leaving the event at maybe I'll sweeten them up, tell them I'm going to donate something, I'm bringing something by if I can.
You talk to him, and if you guys can work it out, I can be here to do that. So you let me know.
That would be easier for us to do camera that night or whatever. I mean, we would need the lights on. We don't have to walk around in the dark. So it's not like we have to, cool. I'll reach out to him and talk to him and see.
Okay. That's awesome. Everything. Thank you.
But we'll donate. Yeah, we'll donate something. We'll donate, a basket
awesome.
with some stuff in it, and then 2 free tickets to a future event. Because I don't want to rush somebody this year because there's only 1 or 2 events left. So
right.
But
awesome.
We'll give out a future next year. They can pick whatever event they want to go to.
Well, with GoDaddy, we can put a code on the ticket prices, so whenever they do choose, they can just enter that code, and it will take the price away.
Oh, okay, yeah, we'll just do that too. We'll figure out the ticket and everything. So yeah, no problem.
Cool. Thank you guys for that.
No problem.
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't know why I'm just going to read it.
Are you going to bring a flashlight up as well to try to read it?
He's got a magnifying glass.
Are there any places you're excited to go to in the future that you have not been to? And what about the place draws you to it?
Oh, goodness. I mean, I have a bucket list, really. I mean, don't we all?
Yeah, it's kind of like we didn't ask that. It's kind of like we normally ask, what's your bucket list? What's your favorite? What's the
Right.
place that you want to go to the most to investigate in the United States and outside the United States?
Oh, geez. Well, outside the United States, I would say anywhere in Ireland, just because that's always been my go-to place. Well, actually, when my oldest son graduated, he graduated in the terrible year of 2020. So I say graduated, but he got his diploma through the sunroof of my car. So if you call that graduation, we were actually supposed to go to Ireland and Scotland for his graduation trip, and it got canceled.
Oh, that sounds.
So yeah, so overseas, I would say anywhere in Ireland. Doesn't matter where. Just pick a castle and I'll go to it.
Pick a castle. I'm sure there's something there.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. In the United States, there's so many. But probably Alcatraz would be in my top.
Someone finally,
You guys set this up beforehand.
Yeah, finally got someone to say
I
my
mean-
bucket list.
It's going to be in my top 5, but
Yes,
you know,
that place is just
I
crazy.
mean,
That place is just nuts.
I mean, how can you not? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, you've dealt with. I mean, we've all dealt with Missouri State. I mean, you
that
work for-
place.
We've all dealt with Missouri State.
Yeah,
So
I
you
got
can
left
only
at the
think-
gas chamber for 2 hours by myself. Okay.
Yeah, so you can think that like
You weren't by
Alcatraz-
yourself, technically.
Alcatraz. Has
Well,
to
no,
be
I
like-
wasn't, but
Yeah, you think it like Missouri State Penitentiary, Alcatraz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'd have to
Yeah.
think Alcatraz is way
Mhm.
higher, more killings, more just bad mojo there.
yeah.
So what
Yeah.
draws you to the place? What draws you to Ashmore? Just
To Ashmore, it's
yeah. Is it just a
I don't
calling?
know. There's some, I know, like, I don't want to get into like the whole past live thing because we'd be here all night. But I feel like I have some kind of connection to the building for some reason. And I don't know what it is. It's just, I feel at home. Like even before, moving up here, I always said, like I'm home. Like it's my home away from home is what I always used to say. And
Maybe it
now
is a
I
past
really
life
can say, now I really can say it's home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be.
So-
Maybe it is a past life thing that you are.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always said, I've only been there that one time, but it's still easily one of my favorite locations to go. I mean, I say go to, like I've gone there multiple times, but like I'm excited to go back. And like
I see,
just
I
being
hear
there
that a
one
lot,
time.
from people.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of people from all over, that have said that this is one of their favorite places to go.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, we love hearing that, but then it's why, why is it one of their favorite places?
And it's probably the same thing.
you
It's
know.
like I don't know. It's something about the building.
We see your shirts all over the place,
Yeah.
especially at Paracons.
Oh yeah.
We see Ashmore shirts
I
all
went
over the
to
place.
Vegas. I was in Vegas. Okay. I went to Vegas in March because my mom and stepdad got remarried and they did it out at the Grand Canyon. And we were in Vegas, literally walking down Fremont Street. And I had my Ashmore shirt on, and I had a guy come up to me and he was like, "Do you know Ashmore Estates?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I'm the caretaker there," and blah, blah, blah. He's like, "I'm from Mattoon. I used to go to Ashmore all the time."
Oh, shit.
Like, I can't go
Like, in
anywhere.
Yeah.
In Vegas.
You're
What?
a person from Mattoon, a small ass
Yes.
town. It's
Yes.
like
I'm like, okay. So yeah.
the other worst
So-
part would have been is like you said, I'm from Ocola. Yeah, that's even smaller than Mattoon, and
Right.
yeah. Oh my
So,
god, that's
yeah.
funny.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
it was
shirts
hilarious.
and stuff,
I was just like, yes.
I was gonna say, are you guys stocked up on shirts and hoodies?
Yes, for the most part.
Hey man, they're supposed to be buying ours, not theirs. Wait a minute.
I still have
What do you
mine,
want?
No, I
Well,
still
no.
have mine.
I still have mine, but I bought it at that time bigger, so that way, like, in case I dried it or whatever. But now it's a little too big.
Yeah.
So I just want to get a new.
You only got a hoodie. You need to get a
yeah,
shirt.
I
I got a
just
shirt
got
and a
a
hoodie. I got a shirt and a hoodie.
I like the design.
Yes, I wear mine. Well, other than
We
you
we
see
do
what our
have-
normal.
We definitely have these. These are the
Is there-
tie-dye Ouija
Is there a
board
different
hoodies.
color?
Is there a different color
We
than
have
the blue?
the black. We have
The-
black. Just the solid black, and then we have the blue tie-dye.
Oh, okay.
Like I have on.
I thought I saw somebody with like a gray. It was like a gray one or a lighter color one.
So there is a gray one, and I
get it. Was
but they were actually a screw up hoodie, so they were actually supposed to be the tie dye, and they sent us gray ones. So we only had a few of those. I think we have a couple of them left, but I think they're a size large. The ones we have left.
Not me.
Too small for you.
Yeah. So sorry.
I'll squeeze into it. No, black is fine. It's perfect.
Yeah, we have plenty of those.
Yeah, I wear mine. Well, I mean, other than when I don't wear Haunted Souls Paranormal stuff, that's pretty much every day. I mean, you probably wear Ashmore stuff every day.
Trust me, half my closet is like Ashmore stuff.
Yeah, so it's either Ashmore or Waverly. I mean, every place, Indiana State Sanitarium, everything else I wear is all like paranormal places that I've been, and stuff like that. So, and you get your first pin is at Ashmore.
Did I?
Yeah, that was your first pin that you started collecting.
I don't remember what I got.
You got a pin in a
the
hoodie.
Ouija board.
Yeah.
A hat pin.
I don't remember what I got there.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a Ouija board at the time. I don't think it was.
I thought I just got the hoodie.
Oh, I thought you got a pin.
No.
Maybe I got the pin.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, maybe I did. I don't know.
What is the website?
Here you go.
It's ashmoreestates.net.
I didn't know what website he was referring to.
I would think they was thinking that he knows ours.
I think it was.
I would think he was asking about that one. I mean,
well, I know if he was asking about that, or if there was there a site for the
for the event this weekend.
Yeah.
It is on Eventbrite. If you go on Ashmore Estates Facebook page, the link is on there. It's on there probably 10, 12 times. Scroll down, you should be able to find it. I know you can buy the tickets on Eventbrite. They're $25.
And if you're not coming to Ashmore with us, Cheney is a good place to go investigate.
Yes, it is.
Is it investigation, or are you guys just doing a tour thing? Are you guys investigating that night?
No, so we are going to do an investigation. I think how he's going to do it, since he didn't put a limit on tickets, because, we wanted to sell as much as we could basically for them. I think how he's going to do it is depending on how many show up and how many he's actually wanting to investigate. We're going to split it up between the buildings, and I think he's going to do like time limits and send so many people in at a time in each building and kind of split it up. But it goes from 7 p.m. to midnight. So I don't know if he's going to do, 30, 45 minutes at a time or whatever.
Are they giving you the school?
People. I don't know if we're doing the school. I know the church and I know the house, but I'm not sure about the school.
The school's the one that's like directly behind it, right?
Yeah, the shed.
I don't want to say yes or no because I don't know.
Yeah. Well, last time we were there, when who else, GHU, they said that they didn't want the school. Oh, the other building is the main building. The
museum.
The museum. That's the other building they have. So
they
have the church, the museum.
The museum's the one that's right behind.
Yeah, and then they got the shed building with the parts. They have the upstairs. They have that building.
Right.
And then they have the school to the right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they said that the town didn't want them letting people into the school because it was such a historical preserve.
Yeah.
They were afraid that people were going. But I haven't. No, that's been a couple years. I didn't know if they changed.
Yeah.
And let you in the school.
I don't know 100%. So I don't want to say yes or no because I don't know.
We did a human pendulum in that museum. That museum's got some. That museum's got some.
That's got some stuff.
Yeah, it's attached to some of that stuff that's in there. There's
a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, old stuff too. Yeah, very old and stuff. So Eventbrite for that, and then how can they find Ashmore on your social medias?
Facebook is your best bet. Find us on Facebook and then the website. I know there's a TikTok that Abby started, but I don't think she really does anything with it. So Facebook is our biggest thing. Robin is on top of that. Like he is on top of everything. I don't know how he does it, but somehow he does it. So yeah,
he
Facebook
every day.
I swear he did not pay me to say this, and I'm not sucking up either, even though he'll say I am. He's like the paranormal godfather, I swear. He really is. He thinks of everything. It's like a 5-star resort out here, I swear. You know, we have the bunkhouses people can stay in, showers. I mean, you got a stove, you got a fridge. You have everything. It's
those creepy bunkhouses that's got John Wayne
Yeah,
Casey's lawyer's
those-
couch in it.
Yeah, that.
That's creepy.
It's just that. That's all.
Yeah.
Just those.
No, let's
Just a
just
couch.
stir up the stuff in the building all night and then go right next door to sleep.
You're fine. I mean, you can sleep in the building too. I mean, people do that too.
Sure, why not?
We were told that, yeah.
You know what? I talked to someone. I don't know who it was, and they said that they were like in the hallway in a sleeping bag. They just popped their sleeping bag in the hallway.
I would.
And slept right
I've
there.
had people do it. I've had people sleep in the boiler room, and I believe it was during a GHU event. I had people. They brought like cots and stuff, and literally pulled them out in the maintenance room behind the boiler room, and like had a little camp out in there. And I was like,
I would do
y'all
like
are
third or
nuts.
second floor. I don't know about the boiler room.
Yeah.
I have one of my very good friends. She always comes down and helps me with Kids Day. She lives up by Chicago, and her and her daughter come down all the time. We were just with them with Rhodes. She always sleeps up where the chairs are on the second floor. Anytime
that
she
just
can.
crossed my mind.
That wouldn't be Andrew Nikki, would it?
No.
Oh.
Even though I love her to death too. And I
know.
Mike.
You guys went to
He's coming to Kids Day
Indiana.
too.
Yeah, she told me she
Yes,
was coming to
we
Kids
did.
Day. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yes,
told
we
me that.
did. That was a crazy experience.
She was the one
That
that
was
met
crazy too.
the brothers. Well, who'd you guys meet?
Oh,
The
Ghost Brothers?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were here in August. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We were talking about like if you could choose like any celebrity or anybody, you know, like that to investigate with, who would it be? And that was I think that was mine. Yeah, it was the Ghost Brothers.
Yeah, I've met him.
Yeah, told you. See,
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that because Andrew and Nikki, we talked, and I'll just leave it. We'll leave it at that.
I can say it now because the trailer's out. So the trailer's
okay.
out, and our episode will be out October 22nd.
Ooh.
It's Jack Osborne.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
He came with the Ghost Brothers.
No. He filmed an
okay.
episode. His Night of Terror show. I think it premieres October 1st. But ours, I believe, is coming out October 22nd.
Who's with them?
Jamie Kennedy and Jay Muse. Jason Muse.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I
Which I
seen,
got 10 kinds of hell because I didn't know who that was at first. And
Really?
people were like, oh my God. Exactly what you just said. Yeah. So
I had seen something. I had told you about it, that he had come out.
Yeah.
That I had seen something on YouTube or something. His preview of all this new upcoming season coming out, and it said it was naming the places, and Ashmore was one. I was like, oh, that is cool. That because I know how close and everything. And he said like his sister was with him, his mom went on one with him. His dad actually goes on one of them with him. And he had his
trust
family.
me,
I
if
didn't
Sharon
know.
came out here, I'd be done. I'm done. That's it. I quit.
Have you seen that preview that she like calls the ambulance?
Yes. I saw the trailer. I did. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that is weird. That is crazy.
Where were they at?
I don't know where they didn't say where they were at.
I don't know where it was either. I'm excited to see it. It's going to be very interesting.
That's a very interesting group.
I know that
guys
his sister's
too.
in a prison. They're in some kind of jail. I know that, or prison.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
They did things very differently. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they come out with.
I gotta watch it now. Now I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd wanna
I can't
investigate with
say
that story.
everything just yet, so you're going to have to watch.
She already knows. She probably was there. Did you get to
Watching
be
the
there?
camera.
Some of
Did
it.
you get to be there behind the camera?
I got to meet them. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I mean she was in the house just watching it all on the
Yeah,
camera.
she was watching through a window, watching everything.
Oh no, my house wasn't even. The floors weren't even done yet. Because they were actually here they filmed in January. So.
Now, how long did they stay there? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, they were here like 5 or 6 days.
So the same thing that we used to say at GHU,
Yeah.
that they're there for a week filming all that stuff for a half-hour show.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
I think one time it'd be cool to like somehow figure out a way that we can do an extended stay somewhere.
Like for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I don't want to stay 5 days somewhere, but
there's
stay.
teams that come out here and stay for 2 or 3 days. Like Labor Day weekend, I had a team that they came on Saturday day and didn't leave till Monday morning.
yeah.
Yeah, so they book it, for 2 days, and they'll do, a couple days and a couple nights. And the energy was totally different. Saturday night was completely different from what happened Sunday night. I mean, the energy completely flip-flopped to what they got the night before. So
that's going to be the company picnic next year.
there you go.
But no, I think
we're going to do a 2-day stay overnight somewhere. You can bring 1+1.
Yeah.
That's it.
On the topic of like sleeping in the location, like I've always wanted to sleep in these places. So when we went to Mackintosh our second time, it started as a joke saying like, oh, we're all gonna sleep in one room together. We'll have a webcam filming us just to see like what we get and see who gets scared or whatever. But then like as we got closer, we were just like, yeah, let's actually like sleep in the location. And then once we got there, it was like, where are all of us gonna sleep at? Because it was us and Doug.
Yeah.
And so like, I mean, that was just one night, but the amount of stuff that we got from one night, I can't imagine sleeping there multiple times.
And let me tell you, they wish they did have that webcam.
Yeah. Kicking ourselves in the ass.
Yeah, they're definitely kicking themselves in the butt not having the camera, because I screamed like a little girl in the middle of the night because I woke up and there was like a big, huge shadow standing over me. And
I believe
like
it.
Reaching for him, like going to grab. And I screamed. And Doug was in the next bed, and these two were on the floor sleeping. And Doug's like, and I thought it was a dream.
Yeah.
I did. I thought it was a dream. Like I had a bad dream. And I woke up the next morning, and Doug was like, dude, what happened to you? You screamed so loud. And I'm like, damn, it wasn't a dream. It really happened. And then I was like, why didn't you even come check on me? He's like, oh, I just put the covers over my head. And it just rolled into a ball. He's like, I heard you scream. And I'm like, if he's going to scream, it's got to be something.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that actually happened to me the first time I stayed at Rhodes Hotel. Because I made the mistake of asking Robin. Well, I woke up and saw a shadow standing between the bed and the window. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I never let
I get it.
They know every time. See, look at that. Every time they bring up sleeping in some place, that's the first thing you get brought up is that, I screamed like a girl. Yeah. Well, I don't even know if it was a girl. It was a
shriek.
Squeal. It was a screech.
I get teased all the time about my spider fear, and then I can throw it back at you and like, well, at least I don't scream at shadows.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how well you do Saturday night. She said, good luck with the spiders there. Yeah. We're going to be here.
But see, it'll be dark, so it won't matter. You won't be able to see them anyway. It'll be dark. You won't be able to see them. It'll be fine.
He's going to know it's there. It's going to be something. I'm going to walk up behind him and just be like, something crawling on the back of his head.
My spider senses will be tingling.
Yeah.
I'm going to be filming from outside. Why did you get no inside shots of the building while you were there?
Yeah. Nope. And you want to go sleep in the bunker.
Yeah, well, when you said that, and then I'm thinking like, oh yeah, I'd pull up a sleeping bag on like the second floor. Then the spider thing came back, and I'm
Hey! Did you get my message?
Yeah, I did. I was like, don't worry, I'm here. I'm like, did y'all get that bored? I mean, you could have told me to leave. Jeez.
On top of just asking you
Lord.
questions, at a certain part, we just leave you alone and let you run.
That's
We let you.
Well,
We just,
you know,
that's
whatever.
our welcome to the Be the Guest Host. We just leave you and you get to run the show all by yourself.
Just leave me hanging. That's cool.
Yeah. I was laughing and I looked up and the whole screen was black. I was like, uh-oh.
She's been around for enough of them. She's like, we'll be back, Ashley.
Right?
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I saw that
Just read-
and I just started laughing. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
God.
just read our chat. They'll let you know. We're still trying to fix the internet problem. Where's our internet man at? Is he still on here?
Yeah, AT&T guy.
Yeah, where's the AT&T
She said
guy at?
2 nights is just enough for me. Night 2 was always so much more intense. But I feel like 3 though, it would be like because you could have something on one night and not on the other. But that third night, if it happens again, then it's like
Yeah,
but man, that is draining.
But look,
we did
I'm
the
old,
3-night
okay?
thing.
but we had to be traveling.
Come
though,
on.
when we do it.
But I mean, we did the 3-night thing, but we did 3 different places. We did McIntyre.
Well, we also did 3
Blossom.
events. Like I'm saying, like let's just
No,
take a
we
weekend.
didn't do events that night.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, we did.
McIntyre, we did.
We did. No, we didn't. McIntyre was just us.
No.
Yeah,
You just
Beatty
completely forget about guests.
the first night we
We had Bobby and her mom.
that was the first time in February. The second time when we spent the night.
Come on, back me up on this. I
It
don't
was-
care if I'm
no,
wrong.
The first time was just us, and we did the podcast.
No, that was in March.
No, he's right. We didn't have Bobby and them there.
Bobby and them were in February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 nights, but yeah.
See,
The
I bet
2
that's
nights we
what
did have.
happens.
2 nights though we did have the guests. We had Beatty and Glor the second night. You're right. You're right on that. Yeah, this is a family thing. This is that's what happens when
I
you
can
work with your
tell.
son and
Oh,
daughter.
I can tell. Because
Yeah.
I would be the same way.
I told him he was right. I don't always say, no, you're not. You're wrong. It's mine. It's my way. And stuff. But yeah, I mean, we're getting so close now. I feel bad. Like, all right, well, it's time to go. We just kicked it off. Is there anything else you would like
That's
to
it,
say
we're
or
done.
promote? Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to say or promote with Ashmore or anything like that?
Just, check us out. I mean, if you're interested, definitely, check out our website, check out the calendar. We're already booking up for next year. I think the Saturdays in April and May next year are already gone. So if you're interested in a Friday or Saturday, you better book it sooner than later.
I was just trying to think what we want. It's hot, so you don't want the hot days.
Yeah. We'll take December.
I will say that, there is no heat in the building. The only heat there is in the team room and the bunkhouses. Once it gets, below like 38 or so, we do turn the water off. So there's that to think about. And then when the summer rolls around, there's no air in the building. So it does get toasty in there. So keep that in mind. But other than that,
How is it right now?
Right now it's decent. I mean,
Is it?
right now
Okay.
it's good.
It's not going to
Yeah,
be. when
I
we
mean,
go there.
And there are windows. You can open the windows. And there's, as far as the noise out here, I mean, we are literally out in the middle of a cornfield. I mean, there is a road up there that traffic is on, but you really don't hear it much. So as far as contamination with the windows open, there's really none. Especially late at night, especially during a weeknight. And we book any day. If Robin, if we have somebody to do it, we can book it. And like I said, we'll do daytimes too. If I'm available and can do them, I'll do them. So it's not just nighttime. So just look at the calendar, and if the day's open, then that means it's available.
Yeah, it's definitely in the middle of cornfield. When we drove, it was like driving.
Yep.
Oh, there's a building.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you're just driving down the road like, oh, there's the building. There it is. It's like,
Yeah, but
It's in
we're
the
not
middle of
so
nowhere.
far. I mean, we're, like 8 miles from a Walmart, so it's not that bad.
right. No. But like you said, it's out in the middle of cornfields, though.
But
You're
yeah, it
driving,
is.
you're
Yeah.
seeing farm, and then, there's a building.
Yep.
Just sitting out there in all of its
Right,
beauty,
right
just
in the
sitting
open.
there.
Mhm.
Well, I guess we need to book up. We got to figure out what weekend we want for next year
Yeah.
and figure out.
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. If you're wanting a weekend, I would definitely do it.
Well, it'll probably be in that September, October.
Yeah.
area, 'cause since
Yeah.
April or since March and April or April and May are already gone. So
Yeah.
yeah, June and July and August is not. It's not good to be out in the. We try to do the vacation.
I mean,
we try to do the air conditioner places in the summer.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all.
Yeah, ain't nothing like sitting there with sweat rolling down your back trying to talk to something that's not there.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want to hear it,
Right?
Melvin. I had the upstairs and it was hot.
Yeah. At least
Look,
it'd be
I've
cool
walked
now.
in there before and the fridge is sweating, okay? And it's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
That's bad. Bad.
it's
I don't
like,
care.
no,
I love
I'm
you,
good.
Ghost, but I'm out of here.
Just wanted to check on you. I'll be back tomorrow, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it is when it's that hot, and then all of a sudden there's like a really strong, cool breeze.
Right?
You're
It's
like,
like,
you're like,
come
wait a
on,
minute.
Yeah. Come on, run by me, back and forth.
Right?
I set a mag light up behind me and in front of me. Just keep running.
Yeah. Just hang out right by me here. Just sit right here. Just have be a friend. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm so sad that I'm not gonna be able to see you on Saturday. And everything.
I know. But
but I did want to mention, Ashley was there the first time I saw my first apparition.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember
All
that?
right.
At Mineral Springs, you and Colton?
what?
I saw the little boy at the end of the hallway.
That's right. I
And you
do
guys had
remember
said-
that now.
And you guys had said that you saw him earlier that night. The same boy was in
I
the
do
hallway.
remember that now. That's right. I
Yeah.
do remember that. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's my verification, see?
There
Yep.
you go. You're not going crazy.
did, yeah.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going
Congratulations.
crazy.
Because that's when you came as a guest, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
when
right
you
before
came
I got
as a
hired.
guest.
Yeah, that's right before I got
Right.
hired with GHU. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
That night was a trip.
Yeah, that was. That
Oh,
was
boy.
that was my first time there. That was a pretty good place too.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've
see,
been
I
there. We
actually
did that.
used to live like 20 minutes from there. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were there 2 more times. We were there twice last year.
Mhm.
Those are our first events and stuff were kind of at Mineral Springs. So
yeah. I love that.
because everything was booked. Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Donna's good.
Oh,
Well,
I love,
have you been
I love her.
Have you been there since the museum opened?
Yeah, I went in the museum right after he opened it. But I haven't been there in a while. She's
Got some
actually
crazy
the one
stuff.
I went to after Malvern for a while. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got some. The hotel's definitely different since they've opened that up.
Oh, I believe it.
yeah.
I believe it. Because he's got some crazy stuff in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's putting it mildly.
Yeah.
yeah. But we thank you for coming. Thank you
Yes,
very
thank
much for
you.
coming on and
Thank
spending
you
your
guys
evening
for
with
having
us. Oh, no
Cheers.
problem. We'll have to do it again, and I'll definitely get in town. I'll call.
Okay.
We'll meet up, and I'll give you that stuff. And
Sounds
I'll
good.
call
I appreciate
Robin.
you guys doing that too.
Yeah, I'll send Robin a message tomorrow and see if he says yeah, it's fine. It would only be for us just to film like a walkthrough, and then him taking pictures, still pictures. So it's not really us investigating or nothing.
No.
It's just filming the inside the building for our video.
Yeah.
But I'll send him a
just let me
message
know.
and see. All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank
thanks,
you.
guys.
Thank
All
you.
right. Bye.
Bye.
That was cool.
I'm
Other than we went blacked out there for a second.
Yeah.
I love how all of our chat. Thanks, chat. When that ever happens, we'd have our back there. Just hang on.
They're
They'll be back.
They'll be back.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
so
excited. It's your first time,
I'm
so you
so
haven't
excited.
seen. It's
Yeah.
It's a good place. I love it. It's a creepy building too. When the lights are out, it's pretty.
It'd be fun.
Yes, it'll be a fun night. Everybody that's still on there watching that's coming, Lauren or them, yes, it will be a fun night. It's a very good place, and everything. But do you want to do your segment? So, how'd you do on fantasy football?
Oh, I shit the bed.
Do you lose in both leagues?
Oh, yeah. Well, Aaron Rodgers screwed me over. He had 0 points.
Oh yeah.
I had to go against Dallas's defense, who put up 30 points.
In the one league, the Dallas scored 80 points in our one league. 80 points. No
Ridiculous.
defense should score 80 points.
I was talking shit to the guy I was facing. I'm like, damn, sucks to be you. Brandon Ayuk scored 32. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this in the bag. And then Rodgers just shot me down.
Yeah, I played in 3 leagues, and I won 1 league and lost the other 2.
Yeah, I wasn't even both of the leagues. It was like
Poor Madison sitting here like,
it was.
All right.
this is not your segment.
No.
Do you want to make do you want a makeup segment?
No, I'm okay.
Have you
Yeah.
started your Snapchat with
No, you
Hector
guys haven't
yet?
gave me the login.
Oh, yeah, we did it.
Yeah, you can't say
You haven't even
anything.
taken him anywhere.
No.
What do you think it is?
But
Oh, whatever.
Oh,
Whatever.
No, hey, that's okay. He can have his moment.
We'll give him your moment. Go on.
Go ahead.
that's all I gotta say.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
There's a W in our column.
Yeah, it was.
it is,
And there was an L in ours.
Yeah.
You know
But
what's
one-
funny is the top
yeah.
3 teams in the AFC that said they're going to the Super Bowl: Kansas City, Bengals, and Buffalo all got. But I gotta say one thing: Joe Burrow, $275 million. He threw for what? 83 yards, no touchdowns. Josh Allen, I think he had more receptions to Green Bay than he did, or to the Jets than he did.
Yeah.
He only had like 138 yards and 1 touchdown interception. Patrick Mahomes lost, but he had 289 yards, 2 touchdowns, but still lost. He was a lot better than the other 2 quarterbacks. Yes, my team did lose. The Chiefs lost.
Yeah.
It was a horrible game. The
It's
guys
okay.
couldn't catch a ball.
No.
The Cowboys didn't win. They beat ass.
I give it
Is that
Sue's team.
Susan over there?
Team, yeah. Cowboys they dominated that game.
I got on my fantasy and I'm like, holy shit, they're up 40-0.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
It was that, and who was the one that played Pittsburgh? Oh, San Francisco. They dominated Pittsburgh too.
Yeah.
They had like 299 to 1 yard. It's total yards. It was like 1
Jeez.
yard. They had 1 yard. But yep. So two losses, 1 win in 1 league this week. So hopefully this week is a little better.
Yeah, I
But-
got to find a new quarterback.
But on my baseball, I'm in the semifinals for the championship.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Haunted Soul Sports.
on Soul Sports, that's your little sports segment. Yeah, you got to find a new quarterback. Or
Well, I mean, I have
season?
Kenny Pickett as my backup.
Oh no, you still
Yeah.
you got negative
He's-
1.
that's why
he
he's
got
saying
worse than
he has to
0.
find I'll find another one.
But the 1 year I picked Kelsey,
He's hurt 1 game. Don't worry, he's going to do good for you.
it doesn't matter.
He just saw
Yeah.
what happened and he's like,
He wouldn't have won you the game anyway. You didn't lose that close. Yeah.
No, he would have put up some points. What are you talking about? That
How-
would have been
how-
wide receiver 1 for him.
Yeah, but still, how did you?
He could have played with a hurt knee and got more than what I got.
You'll be back. Trust me. There's nothing damage wrong with them. They're definitely going to have. And
Oh.
stuff. And they signed Chris Jones to a 1-year contract, so that's over with too now.
I did
So things will get focused.
0 points as a quarterback in fantasy. I mean, I don't know how you
The champs,
like.
the
But your
Chiefs,
team
they'll be
won.
back. Trust me. They got everything in focus now. Everything is taken
Not if
care
you
of.
can't even beat the Lions.
Hey,
Hey,
we didn't beat
who's
them.
the last
we
2
lost.
teams? San Francisco and Green Bay. They put Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Green Bay and Chiefs are the last 2 that win. But anyway, this weekend, SilCon. If everybody's in town, want to go, it's free. The Paracon is Friday and Saturday this weekend in Effingham, Illinois. Come out and see us. Say hi. Get a picture
Yeah.
or not. We will be given. Oh, that looked like it was falling. We are selling tickets to the event that night too.
Mhm.
Ashmore is on the 16th. What else is up?
It's a long one this weekend.
The following
isn't it?
weekend will be at Great Lakes in Wisconsin, Paracon. And then we're actually going to be off 2 weeks. I don't think we're doing the film festival. So we'll have those 2 weeks. And then, because we got 3 big weeks, we'll have October 14th, we will be at Witch's Night Out. I just talked to the lady there. We're definitely going to be at Witch's Night Out.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe?
That's my birthday weekend that I already had plans for.
Oh. Yeah, it's your birthday. Yeah, okay. I thought Monday.
And for the longest time, we weren't doing it. So
Well, Haunted Souls Paranormal will be at Witch's Night Out.
yes, Hector will be my replacement.
Yeah. Witch's Night Out. The following weekend will be at Melbourne Manor, and then the finish that up will be at the KC St. Louis Metaphysical Fair.
But we have one in November too.
Oh, and then we'll have, but that's event wise. That's and then we have a fair or a Paracon in November. But St. Louis Metaphysical Fair, we are giving away a raffle. If you buy a ticket to the event, the ghost hunt, how far away you if it's 30 days out, 10 days out, that's 10 chances you get in when we raffle it off. If we raffle it off and you win, we will return your money, we refund your money, and you'll get the free, the night free investigation. So you have to buy your ticket. How many days out from the event you buy your ticket is how many drawings you get entered into the. If you buy one ticket, you only get one ticket. You don't get 2 free tickets. If you buy 2 tickets, you get 2 free tickets. So everybody's like, well, I'll just buy a ticket and I get 2 tickets. Yeah.
Nice try.
Yeah, nice try. We tried that. But if you buy it now, you get what? 28, like 38, 40, almost 40 days.
Yeah. Almost
40 entries into the drawing. So check us out. Come and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My 49ers. What did she say 49ers? She was a Chief fan.
Well, she has her friend plays for the 49ers. Her high school friend.
Oh.
So Ashmore is really surrounded by cornfields. Yeah.
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 Surrounded.
Yep. Surrounded. Yep.
Welcome.
Hey.
Welcome.
Who's that?
Mortally Bane.
Morning Bane. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming by.
Well, unfortunately, we didn't get to it this week. This doesn't reflect on Becky, because she did get us to a little bit. We're at 246.
4 more. We'll have next week, everybody. Next week, we should have let off with that because there was a lot more people on.
No.
But next week, we will give away our giveaway for 250.
Yep.
We will have over 250 by next week. I'll work on that this weekend. That'll be our goal. So next week, we will get our giveaway.
Somebody's going to win a Zen Garden.
Yeah.
And
Which consists of?
did we say that you had to be watching? No.
We never said that.
Oh, okay. We talked about it.
Let's go Philly.
Raiders.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Whatever. We'll see.
Someone needs a cheerful.
Yeah. But anything else you have, sir?
No, not that I know of. Yeah, we'll figure out if you got to be watching or whatever. We could always put that in like the flyer, like must be watching or whatever, or like tune in for the raffle or whatever. We can always do it in the beginning. Can you listen to Revenge Logistics on YouTube? Possibly been on the show.
Yep.
No,
Madison?
that's all I have.
That's all I have.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for support. Thanks for coming out. Come see us this weekend. Come buy a ticket to one of the events or not. Find our merchandise online at honestsoulsparanormal.com.
I'm just stealing my or not thing.
Well, that's what you always say. So, because every time I say, you say or not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. TikTok, same thing. Haunted Souls _paranormal. Facebook. Get on Facebook group page. You can advertise, ask questions, ask anything you want. Well, paranormal wise, please, and everything. If that's all I have. See you guys next week. Hopefully this weekend. Bye.
Stay spooky.
Oh my God, he wasn't going to say it.